takes 10 years to become an overnight success.
It's almost like you're not looking up at the mountain, right? You're looking down at your feet, and you're just taking a step.
Yes.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the podcast, Finding Your Inspiration with Paul Tully. Today I got two incredible guests with me, friends of mine. We got Rick over there and Carlito. These guys, I wanted them on the show because they define inspiration to me. We belong to a fitness challenge that we do together. Carlito is an actor, a musician, a phenomenal dancer. This guy's just killing it on all platforms. Same with Rick over there. Rick is an actor. He's an entrepreneur. He's in all different types of businesses, has his side hustles going. So I definitely wanted to get them onto the platform and talk to them a little bit about what inspires them and what gets them to move forward, right? Because our obviously this podcast here is where we welcome people from all walks of life, and I really seek out to find what inspires somebody to just get out of bed and move forward. And it's also great to learn what people are doing, like not just monetarily and making money, but just in their lives. So we're going to get started, man. Thank you for being on the podcast, guys.
Thank
my
you
brothers.
so much for having us, bro. Thank you for giving us a platform for, people like us, artists, entrepreneurs, to actually talk and get down to some, the nitty gritty.
Yeah, man. No, I'm really grateful for you guys coming. I guess what we'll do is we'll just kind of free form go through it. But, I'll start off right here with you, Carlito, because you're next to me. Just tell us briefly about yourself, where you're from, what you're doing. Yeah.
Got you. So born and raised in Chicago. I like to say I do a little bit of everything. Mind you, growing up as a kid, I was very musically inclined, and I knew that I wanted to do something with music, and I wanted to be a singer. I wanted to make music. I wanted to tour the world. But at 7 years old, you never really know how you're going to make that happen. I just knew I saw that in my future. Got heavy into the arts, doing plays, performances, choir. I was that one kid in high school that was in 4 different choirs. I was horrible at all my other classes, but I was passing choir with flying colors. Right. And fell into acting at the same time. I was, taking acting classes, not realizing that I would soon become an actor. It was more so, my parents were very supportive, and they were like, hey, why not do this and do this? I was playing football, I was playing baseball, I was singing, I was taking acting classes, I was painting. I was basically just saying, what can I be good at?
Nice.
Things kind of just took off. I got signed when I was 17 years old. I got signed to Sony Epic Records, and that was like my first big thing. I used to be in a group. Once the group disbanded, ended up in New York, got an agency, booked my first commercial ever. First audition ever, actually, and it was a Starbucks commercial. I got bought on for 2 years in a row, and I booked the print campaign in the same job. So I got cashed out like a very good, my first residual check ever. That brought me to LA, and then I realized I can do music and acting full time, simultaneously. While one season, and we talked about this off camera, bro. While one season is slow, the other one is still going good, and it's I like to think that I was always that one hungry kid that wasn't afraid to go and get it and work. Times got tough, and I ended up, having to. I was working at Starbucks at the same time, so I'm.
Wow! You did a Starbucks commercial?
I ended up working at actual Starbucks just so I could get a morning shift, come in at 4 a.m. Work my shift, but then I'd be out in time to be able to do an audition or to make it to the studio, to be in bed by 8 o'clock to do it all over again. And within 2 years, I booked a lot of work, and it actually, basically changed my life. Ended up on X Factor afterwards, started booking so many other films on the acting side, and, I always thought to myself, I always thought, how cool would it be to walk into a coffee shop and see Chris Brown or one of your favorite artists there just chilling there working, knowing that he's got somewhere to be right after this, and he's gonna make a hit record, and then boom, 10 years later, dude, you served me coffee one time, and you were so damn cool and so sweet about it, and you're a star, dude. So I like having those moments.
That's kind of what this is about, right?
That's what this is about. Absolutely.
I've seen your trajectory.
Absolutely.
To make my latte.
It's literally like the movies where it's like, you go to LA in hopes of things happening, but you do know it's not like the movies where it's gonna happen in a day.
I mean, it kind of is though. It's kind of like a movie, right? It becomes your movie.
This is
right.
You are are the main character of your own film. So in my mind, I'm like, I'm not going to be working here long. And I'm booking stuff, mind you. I'm booking films, I'm booking commercials, I'm booking TV shows, and my customers are coming in. They're like, I saw you on Rizzoli Isles. Yes, good job.
Right.
Thanks, bro. Then I got another Time Warner commercial.
You want a venti?
Carlito, what do you want? I'm like, yeah, so you want mocha on your pepper? But yeah, man, it's a great feeling, and to now look back and Rick and I will be talking about the jobs that we're booking, the jobs that we're pinned for, and we love this.
Or
life.
even about how we're investing, right? We're in a position to invest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
we're first-time homeowners now. After
Amazing.
After a couple of years, and we want to now expand and get a house in like either Costa Rica or El Salvador. Like we're now thinking beyond what our brain could have thought 10 years ago.
Right.
That's how it happens. It's like, every level you kind of expand and like, well, what else is there, right?
Yes.
Keep going, keep pushing that boundary out.
I love it. Rick, I want you to give us also a quick intro, and then I want to jump in on everything you just dropped, but give us a quick intro on you.
Similar trajectory, man. I'm born and raised here in LA, and my first love was music. I was playing. We played together.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'll perform and he'll be in the back just killing it.
So that was my first love, and it was just kind of like, you're a drummer. You don't really have. You're not the singer, right? You can't. It's hard to build a band around a drummer. So it's like, I'm like, okay, well, like I don't know. At the time, I don't know why. I just didn't see it. I was like, nah. So I started taking acting classes because my band broke up, and I was just like, what am I doing here? I was 18 too, touring. I was playing like whiskey.
Yeah, he had like the emo haircut that followed up.
No.
I will be
That's what it was.
Right. What you were part of Menudo.
Yes, I was.
I was doing some research on you last night. So you were okay.
Yep. They made me grow hair for that.
Me, all that, yeah. Talk about emo. Shut up, dude.
That's why I brought that up. I was like, you did the Menudo thing.
Yeah.
So you were doing the whiskey and like all the that kind of stuff. That's dope.
How cool it was, dude.
Yeah.
Until like I'm older,
It's
right?
iconic.
I was 17, 18 years old, and I'm playing with this band. They're in their mid-20s, or late 20s, and I'm this kid, and I just auditioned to be in this band. And we're touring, dude. Like we're doing our thing, and when that kind of dispersed, this is not. There's so much of it that's out of your control when you're not, the one running it. And I was just like, I was in college too. Simultaneously, I took a film class. This is kind of crazy. I've never told the story.
Exclusive.
I took a film class, right? A cinema class, and I was dating a girl at the time. And we watched Donnie Darko, right, with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
And walked out, and I don't know why it hit me. And I was like, I can act. And she's like, yeah, right. And I was so offended. That's like 15 years ago, right? Why would you? Yes, I could. And she's like, no, you can't. And I started getting heated. And she's like, I don't know why you're making a big deal about this. You're not going to do it. And I was like,
that's what got.
And then when we broke up, the first thing I did, I signed up to an acting class.
No kidding.
Because then at that point you don't want to pursue it because then your girl just kind of shamed you about it, right?
Right.
Like,
so would you say it was your girlfriend shaming you that drove you? So if she's watching right now, for any successes you have, thank you. Shout out to her.
But it ended up, it was kind of similar. It was like I just kind of jumped in. I was like.
So you both come from basically music. Yeah. It sounds like music was your first passion, and acting came with it.
Yes.
Interesting.
It's also like it's just artistry, right? The more you develop as a singer or a musician, the more. Your performances are going to be affected by that, just like life.
Yeah, for sure. Some people are like specifically like I'm an actor, and they're embodied in the studios and they're acting class all day, and they craft, and that's great. That's awesome.
But the type of person that it is.
They're like miserable 90% of the time because bookings are so spare. But
identified by that, and you're not doing it. You're like, well, what am I?
Exactly.
Right.
And at the same time too, it's okay if you're like Leonardo DiCaprio, where you're just on set all the time.
Yeah.
But if you're not, like, you got to give yourself. Look, if you're an artist, you got so many other things of your life that you could use. That you're an artist in all facets of it.
There's
other things you're good at. You just got to
Right.
figure out what you're good at.
Right.
And I think when it came down to music, the acting and the music thing just kind of went hand in hand.
And it makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. Look at some of the best movies are done by artists. Purple Rain.
For sure.
That was the only movie that Prince ever acted in. Well, he did another.
He did Under the Cherry. Oh, but Tupac.
Great. Oh, what about 8 Mile?
The 8 Mile.
50 Cent. Give her that.
Lady Gaga, right? I mean, Shallow, she killed that. Jennifer Hudson in Dreamgirls, she won an Oscar.
Yes, Jennifer
You know?
Lopez. Like this,
Jennifer Lopez, yeah.
just goes on and on, man.
Yeah, you're right.
Mark Anthony, el cantante,
Man,
right?
oh, man. Bro.
Mark Anthony, yeah, Man on Fire.
Bro, amazing.
Yeah.
And so that's the way I look at it. Is like, look, man, you're going to get to 100 years of age, God willing, if you take care of yourself. You might as well continue to keep yourself busy, because while one season is slow, the other season is going to be doing great. And you got to believe in yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, you're a hip hop dancer. Why would you want to learn any other type of dance? Because you're a dancer.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you're a dancer.
Because dancers dance.
Right.
You may end up on Latino night where bachata and or salsa's going on, and you're just gonna sit in the corner and be like, "Nah, I only dance."
I only pop lock.
Come on, you're a dancer. All dancers should, in some way, some shape, or form, know how to do everything.
I love
And
that.
You can't want to become a director if you've never been an actor.
That's
You
right.
don't want to become a producer if you've never been behind the scenes, or you've never written a script or something like that. You need to know these things, and I think it kind of just like lets people know it's the year of the hybrids. If you're not doing more than one thing, more than likely you're gonna be caught in the dust after a little while.
I want to transition right there. So for the audience, listen, I know not everybody's actors are in entertainment. I happen to just have two amazing, so look them up and see their projects and watch their work. You can find it on streamers and stuff. They're great. So the whole podcast won't be about artists acting and stuff. What I want to transition on is the hybrid.
Yeah.
So I think in being a hybrid, not just as an art, that was a great thing. It's the year of the hybrid. I think for people at home that are watching and that are looking for me, when I first decided to be an actor, I was 30. Yeah. So for me, what drove me insane about our industry, and I think it relates to a lot of industries, is you want to do something, nobody's there to help you unless you're fortunate to have a mentor. But if not, there's like.
But the difference is in corporate America, you can see a structure to climb.
True.
Ladder, right?
True.
There's no map.
No, there's no map here.
Because you could still have a mentor, but the mentor can't audition for you.
No.
Correct.
The mentor can only get you that you got to walk through the room. So, and a lot of people think that by coming to LA, they're going to make it. takes 10 years to become an overnight success.
Yeah. Right.
We're on both year 15 right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? So it's a lot of people get caught up on like, I had a great year. I had 7 auditions. I got 3 callbacks on one of them, but I didn't book all 7. Bro, it's supposed to be like that. It's supposed to.
If it was easy, everybody would be doing it.
Yeah,
Right.
everybody would be doing it. And it's
And
like,
we wouldn't respect it.
yes.
Right.
That's why it's like, whoa, Carlito just did a show. Dude.
Yes.
You know how hard it is to
Right.
do a show?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Paul just directed a movie. You know how hard it is to direct
Right.
a whole
Yes.
thing?
Right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So many humans,
It's just people are genuinely, they honestly think it's supposed to be easier than what it is. And I will say, the devil behind everything is money, finance. When you don't have much money to pay rent and you're still going and focusing after this dream, it's very easy to let negativity come in and be like, well, maybe I'm not good at this because I'm not even bringing in any income.
Yeah.
It's not about that. There's people that are actually paying to play, to be in Broadway shows that aren't getting paid to do anything, but they're doing it for the experience because that will eventually get them an opportunity to be in a movie one day.
Yeah.
Those are the people that are going to make it. The
Right.
people that are going to work at Starbucks 9 to 5 on the side just to make ends meet to do what they passionately love. Now look at us. Look at where the money just eventually comes in. You know?
Right.
So, yeah, man.
No, I feel like that same ethic though could transcend to people that are watching that don't want to be actors but they're saying, hey, you know what? I want to be a construction. I want to be an architect.
Yes.
Somebody at home's like, man, they're living in some suburb. They don't have money. Their family, maybe they're living in a low-income community, and they're thinking, man, but they just know that they loved the Legos as a kid. Okay. They love building. So for that person, they could use this same work ethic, right? Like,
I think
It's the same. My dad's actually a licensed contractor, so it's like that's what he does, right? He does construction, and it's the same type of I kind of took inspiration to follow my dreams through his course, right? So he's you talk about he's an immigrant, right? He's an educated man. He got asylum here because there was a war in El Salvador. It's a long story, but he came here with nothing, right? Doesn't know the language, doesn't know anything, but he's like, he's an educated man, so he figured things out, and he ended up breaking off and starting his own company, right? This is 1991. We're living in the hood in South Central. Like, that's ballsy, dude. You got a family, right? You got a family of 3-4 kids, right? You got to feed them. You got a wife, right? You got a home. It's just you. right? And you don't have a boss. You got to figure it out, right?
Yeah.
And that's why I look forward to having a child one day, because I'm like, there was, if somebody lights a fire under you, like you're really gonna.
You gotta make
it's almost
it.
like you don't have time to be like, well, what do I do? It's like, so sometimes it's a blessing to have that pressure, because you don't have the time to sit around.
Yeah.
Be like, well, I feel good about doing it. You gotta move.
You got to figure it out.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think in today's world also, like exactly how you were saying, Paul, if they're like in a suburb, in a small town, and they want to do construction and they want to be able to make ends meet, today with social media and everything that we have, you should be starting a YouTube. Yeah. You should be...
Or be on Instagram. There's so many guys that follow.
I mean, there's so many ways that you can do it. And they'll be like, okay, well, look, I'm a 45-year-old or a 50-year-old dude that hates TikTok or hates Instagram. I don't know how to use it. All right, you have family members that need to get their walls painted. Yeah. You have family members that want their floor redone, and it's a small little room in your daughter's room, right? Go do stuff for your family, fix up the maintenance, get a video, set it up, put it on YouTube, and put it on Instagram, put it on TikTok.
I can
put your company name and said, hey, this is Hector's tile installation, and boom, put your contact info and keep doing that. Those are people that you were doing, and eventually clients will reach out to you. You work with the clients, and then you get more footage and you build up. Then the small little town that you're in, you're gonna have every single person in your town.
If you're the guy,
to see you,
you're the guy.
So there's so many ways to do it. You just have to intentionally want it, which leads into manifestation and actually being confident with what your skill set is.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that are like, yo, I'm an electrician. There's no work. Then get on the internet and figure out how to get yourself, because look, it's like a man. It's like the man who has read 1,000,000 books. Okay, now you need to put those things into play. If you are an amazing singer, but you're in a small little town in Texas, you need to go figure out what bars can let you sing, and you can go and you collect your tips. You can be with those little things on Venice Beach with a microphone, and you can collect tips. People are making money,
That's right.
Figure out a way that you can possibly do it, because you need to survive, right? And no one wants to go to a 9-to-5 that they don't really passionately care about. Wouldn't you rather be living paycheck to paycheck, doing something you absolutely love? I've done them both, and I rather prefer doing the thing that I actually love. Because when money is tight, I can't be like, oh, you know what? I just wasted 8 hours. It's like, money's tight. Oh, I made it. I am not in debt. So figure it out, guys. There's always a way. Look on YouTube. More than likely, whatever you're doing, there's a guy on YouTube who's doing exactly what you're doing. Follow the blueprint.
But even like if you think about confidence, right? And how getting something, how do you get confident at something?
Yeah,
by doing it a lot, right? So like the example you gave, you do it for your family. That's how you're going to be confident enough to sell your product to somebody, right? Because you're like, I've done this. Yes. I can do this. Absolutely. I did my aunt's house. I did tile. I'll do tile.
Yeah.
And people can sense if you're BSing them or not, right? So it's like, if you get the reps in, right? Absolutely. You have a certain amount of, that's what counts.
Repetition. Then
it's like, you don't even have to sell it. And you can feel that aura when somebody comes in, like, dude, I don't even need to. Yeah, I'll do it. It's going to be this much.
Right.
They don't need to sell you because they're that good.
Absolutely.
I like that.
And then, let's just say, something kind of the same topic. If someone wanted to have their own clothing line, and they have a smiley face on a red t-shirt, how do they get Joe Schmo, who lives in Idaho, to get this red t-shirt? Well, you gotta hit the ground running. It's no longer just about setting up shop downstairs and hoping that the people on the same block buy the shirt. No, you gotta think bigger. How can you get this across the world? We live in different times. So there's a way to do it. You just gotta want it, really, realistically. And ask questions. Ask questions.
I think honestly, it's funny you said that. It's like you gotta want it, because I feel like today, and maybe, I don't know, this is a controversial topic, right? I feel like we're getting soft. Right?
Yeah.
As a nation, right? Because like at the end of the day, man, like we're not gonna feel motivated. Everything that you do, even acting, right? There's a lot of days you don't want to show up.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to an audition. I don't want to do this. I have 5, 6, 7, 8. Every job's gonna have something that you don't want to do. Right?
Yeah.
So it's like you say you gotta want it. It's like I don't care how you feel. You can sit here and be all day like, or you can just move.
Do you enjoy working out?
You make me think of
really enjoys working out, but you do it because you know it's good for you. Why? We've been working out our whole entire life in some way, which it hurts, it's painful.
But I'm used to it.
But we do it because we know we have to build character, to stay healthy, to live forever. We can't see in the moment. Like
forever,
no, I want to live forever.
I would like to live forever.
Like you'll see, and we had this debate yesterday, and we are living forever. We are living longer. But yeah, no,
you were wrong.
When you work out for the first day, you don't see anything. No. You work out for the first week, you don't see anything.
Faith,
but you know eventually, not just because you see pictures of other people that are stuck to a 3-month plan. You know what? You know eventually, if I stick to this, I am going to be this in 4 months. It's resilience. People need to keep that same work ethic with their lives.
Yeah,
you know
You never gained a lot of weight?
Yeah, I used to be super really big.
Like you weren't bald, big, though.
I lost. I had braces. I had glasses. I was a really big.
Not many people are as big as me, man. The biggest I was 315 pounds, and I had dropped when I met you guys. I had dropped 115 pounds. I was 200.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I was running ultra marathons and
fitness challenge with us, ladies and gentlemen. It's called the 60-day fitness challenge.
Yes, I'm in the 60-day fitness challenge. Now I got injured and gained 80 pounds back within 7 months.
It's all good, man.
So now
it's not all good. Don't lie to him.
It's not all good.
It's not all good. Have you seen The Whale? I watched a whale the other night, and it inspired me. I don't want to be the whale, man.
Listen,
I don't want to be the whale.
Don't ruin it for
I won't ruin it for nobody, but
you just need to free willy, man.
Yo.
So wait.
Here's the thing.
Down to though from 200 when you were in the challenge with us.
No. I got to 200. Now I'm back to 2. I started this new challenge at 282, and now I'm like around 270.
So the most you got was 200.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were at 315.
Except when I was young and in the military, I was about 176 pounds.
After this challenge, you can get to 250, bro. Because
I'm going to get to 250.
You got to.
I'm going. Okay, look.
We're betting money on this round, guys. It's $100 up.
We're not gamblers, but we're just betting friendly.
Every anniversary of this challenge, we all kind of put money into the pot, and the winner gets this belt.
Take a vacation,
and you also get the money. So just for working out, you get rewarded.
We've been doing this.
That's the whole point.
2.5 years now.
How many more weeks do we have in the challenge?
3 years already.
How many more weeks?
We got 4 weeks.
We got 4 weeks. I will get to. I will.
What are you at right now?
I'm at 277. I'll get to 260.
No, you can get to 250.
250 in 1 month?
This guy
That's 27 pounds.
You dropped so much more. The last time he was running 15 miles a day, people. He's
no,
not
it wasn't
giving
15. You talk just 30 something.
I ran 32 that night on Thanksgiving when you got
32 miles, guys. We went to sleep. He started running. We woke up. He was still sending us videos saying, "I'm almost done. I'm almost running."
I was on my David Goggins. David Goggins, if you hear that, hey, as a matter of fact, David Goggins shouted me out on his Instagram, which was amazing. So Goggins, man, come on my podcast.
Too.
Yeah, he's great. Goggins, come on my podcast, please, man. He's incredible. Yes. So fitness shop. I like you were talking about fitness. Actually, so for me, I am a food addict. I have addictions with it. I go up and down my whole life, but fitness, I think, is the ultimate staple of how we should balance our life. Yeah. Because you're right. The thing with fitness is, and I'm talking about not people that are skinny or that look fit. I'm saying people who are actually fit, that meal prep and they're disciplined and they go to the gym every day. I feel like these people can accomplish anything in life.
Anything.
Right?
You just replicate that same process
in work. Yes. Yes.
And at the same time, you're training the body rigorously. I heard this quote. I think it was Seneca, right? You train the body rigorously so it learns not to be disobedient when the mind tells it to do something. Because the body's going to tell you to stop, right? But your mind is going to be the one we're pushing this,
exactly.
Right? And if you rehearse that repetitively, day by day, right, and you push constantly, just 1 more millimeter, even if you're going up 2-3 pounds. Right, so it's like it trains the body to be like, no.
Yes, and I also believe
I like that.
if you are going a week without working out, you're not mentally in the right place.
No, you're not.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of stuff going on that you probably may be having mood swings. You may be tired. You may be hungry. You
Depressed.
May be depressed. You know, there's a lot of things that could be going on. You're not sleeping
better
well,
when you work out.
and you don't even notice it because you're probably so busy at work.
Yeah.
You probably got a lot of things going on with the family, with the kids, with life.
Ironically, it gives you energy.
It gives you energy to be able to get through your day. You need to, and most people don't drink water. I'd say this all the time. You're supposed to drink a gallon of water a day. A
Gallon right there.
Entire freaking gallon. Yes,
With BCAAs,
Yes. You're supposed to do that every single day, but most people don't. They think a couple bottles of Dasani that they get from 7-Eleven or down the street at lunchtime is good enough.
Right.
No, that's the reason why you're aging faster. That's the reason why, you know.
Look at us. We look pretty young.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm 33.
You guys look great.
I'm still playing 23-year-olds on TV, and so
That's
but
right.
It's because why we got to take care of ourselves, and two, you know what? I see the mistakes that my grandparents made, and I see that they're beautiful people, and they work so hard their whole entire life, and they're withering away, and you know they got this hunchback, and they're like all these things because they weren't working out, they weren't eating, they were working so hard for the family, but they weren't focusing to the stuff on the things that they were putting in their body. I want to make sure that my dad and my mom live forever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, but also at the same time too.
He's trying to freeze everybody.
You're right. Right, and you know what I mean.
But even the quality of life daily that you're talking about.
Yes.
Like, okay, I'm going to tell you, for example, you guys knew me fairly fit. I mean, running a lot. Today, my quality of life, I was just in Berlin, and just to get on a plane, I'm that guy that you're sitting in your seat going, please don't sit in the middle. I'm that guy that goes, excuse me, I'm in the middle. But what I'm saying is, I'm that guy. And I'm, this is, no. Listen, right, but I'll be honest. I'm. People think like, oh, Paul, you shame yourself. I know. I actually don't shame myself. I actually find humor because I do know what it takes because I've been there, right? So every time I gain weight or I mess up or I'm slack, I'm like, dude, I laugh about it because I'm doing it. But I'm that guy. So your quality of life changes so much when you're fit. When you're overweight, I have to deal with depression. Dude, I can't shop. I have to buy 4X shirts that hang to my knees just to get them around the long hop.
And it's all psychological too, man. Like, mind you, when you're thinking to
how do you
yourself,
feel
like,
when you look in the mirror that way, right?
Terrible. Where when you're fit, you're proud to show yourself. You're trying on new clothes.
A little straighter,
and I want you to know, bro, like, you're awesome. You're amazing. And
thanks,
I think
man.
that's also
you have a gear in there that most people don't have.
Like, it's just
6 gears.
It's just all about one thing. And I like to tell people this all the time. You don't need to have a six-pack. No one is saying go and get super
It'd be nice.
and rip.
It'd be nice.
Yeah, but when it comes to body positivity, a lot of people kind of get that misconstrued. No, body positivity is letting you know that you are great where you're at.
You still got to work.
We can always be better.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because like, just because you're skinny doesn't mean you're healthy.
Correct.
I know so many skinny people, and it's not even a skinny fat thing. I know so many skinny people that can't lift a 5-pound dumbbell. I know so many skinny dudes that would get their ass whooped if somebody grabbed their girl's ass.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, come on, pick up a weight, learn how to kick a bag. You have no fighting skills. You would perish in the jungle if we had to survive and hunt for a meal.
100%.
We have to take care of ourselves. And look, some people are a little bit on the heavier side and some people are on the skinnier side. But you want to be the healthiest version of yourself. And no one's saying go ahead and lift 250 pounds. But even if you're on the heavier side, start hiking. Eat a little bit healthier. You know, there's some people there's some people that no matter what, their build is just big.
Absolutely.
The healthiest people that they could possibly be, just change your
work with what you got.
Work with what you got. And I want everyone to know you guys are perfect. You guys are perfect where you're at. But let's be better together.
Nah, I don't think you're perfect. I think you can do better.
I think we should strive for perfection. We should strive for perfection. Also at the same time, body positivity.
This is great.
Body positivity is being positive and letting your friends know that you can be better. Be better. Don't just say, let's just chill and not do nothing. Look, if I'm going to go work out, I'm going to invite you to come. But I'm going to get lazy sometimes too, and I'm not going to want to work out for a week, and I'm going to have this tell me, bro, stop being lazy. Let's go for a hike. Let's go. Do you wanna get some coffee before you do it? Cool, let's do it. We'll have some fun. We'll get some dessert afterwards. If that's what's gonna get you to go, just go. But you can't you can't. You gotta want
It's
it.
funny you say that. You know, I have this thing. I read this book called Atomic Habits. Right, I think his name is James Clear.
Yes.
And it talks about how you establish good habits. And one of the things that I took away, like saying that, is called habit stacking. Right. I love coffee. Right. I'm a coffee guy. Like,
Yeah.
A nice, perfect latte. Right. Like you know, some nice stuff. Not Starbucks. None of that stuff. Yeah. So it's like. I wake up at 6 in the morning, right? I don't want to work out. It's cold. It's raining. I don't want to do this.
No one's
right.
up. Yep.
But I do want a coffee. Nice, right? So I'm like, okay, all right. If you just get through the next 5 minutes, you get a coffee after this, right? And I keep just telling myself that you're almost done. All right, you got 2 more sets. One more set. It's almost like you're not looking up at the mountain, right? You're looking down at your feet. And you're just taking a step by step.
Yes,
I like that.
yourself
I trick myself, right? It's called habit stacking, right? So if I get through the workout, I get a latte. So I get through the workout sluggish or good or however, whatever state I'm in, but I'm in my mind, it's like we're creatures, right? We're monkeys.
Yes.
So we need an incentive.
We're just very passionate on as far as just wanting people to be better. You know what I mean? Because look, we're gonna be those same guys at 35, 37, 40, wanting to play dodgeball or kickball with all of us in a park one day. And we want to all be able to keep up. We'll have kids one day. We want to be able to live long for our kids. You know, so.
I love that. Get up for everything you guys are saying. At the end of the day, what I wanted to say too about size is absolutely. I definitely would never body shame myself or anybody else. I think my whole thing is, as somebody who's been fit, unfit, got fit, unfit, what happens is, I know the fact is, so for anybody out there, since we're talking about fitness, that's at home and is like, I'm not built that way. Because I've been there where I'm like, you know what, maybe I'm just obese. I have a food addiction and I can't do what you're doing. Here's what I do know. You definitely can. And it's not about how the look, what Carlito says, right? I'm not saying I want to be fit because I don't like how I look or I want to. It's part of it, but mostly it's emotional. It's when I don't feel.
And I know I could say the B word. Don't be a little bitch. This is what it's got to be. You got to David Goggins yourself, like together. Stop being a little bitch and say that to yourself. I say this to myself in the mirror, like, bro, what am I waiting for? Oh, I'm scared about this audition. Oh, I don't want to get up. Stop being a little bitch, Carlito, and go do it. Because I swear on everything, the minute you call yourself a little bitch, you're going to be like, no, I'm not. I ain't no bitch. And you're going to get up and do it. I don't want to hear no excuses about anything. The fact of the matter is that you just need to get up and do it and stop being a little bitch. And it's going to happen for you.
That's it. I'm going to the gym. Man, I can do a push-up. I'm going to do a push-up right now.
And I mean that with love. And that's what I say to myself.
But it is emotional, dude, because it's like, pick your vice, right?
Yes.
It's like, you're either going to eat it away, or you're going to work it out away.
And if you work it out away, the thing is what you just said. Everything he just said, but since I'm the host of the show, I'm not going to use the B word. But yes, that's what I'm saying. It is about how you look and all that stuff, but what it is about accomplishing something. They say the first thing you should do when you get out of bed. For me, the first thing I do, like Denzel says, I praise God first. For me, okay, I'm gonna be honest. I'm a God-fearing man. I praise God. Then it's make your bed, dude. Make your bed.
Every single day.
If you don't do anything else, at least you make your bed.
You made your bed, no matter what.
But it changes everything.
Dude, and brush your teeth. Like, that's so, listen, these sound stupid. I mean, that there's a lot of people out there that didn't brush their teeth this morning. Get up, make your bed, brush your teeth. You already accomplished 2 major things.
Yes.
And for me, shout out God first. You've already accomplished 3 major things of self-love and gratitude.
See, first, I wake up, take a shit, then get out of bed.
What?
Oh, I feel bad for his girl. Man, listen, God, I could do this all day, but I know you guys have hard outs. So why don't we wrap up? I could talk with these guys all day. They're incredible. Let's wrap up a little what you got going on in your life.
Just going to be continue auditioning. I got a show dropping this year on Amazon called Them. It's a dope horror series.
Really cool.
You know,
Yes.
it's an dope anthology series that you guys are gonna love. So please check that out. And dropping music every single month. New singles, new videos every single month. I'm also dropping instrumentals and like lo-fi and all these different beats and stuff. And while at the same time, you know, just trying to take over the world and got the 60-day fitness challenge that the fellas are in. Gonna be putting that and making an app for it, so that way it's a lot easier, so I don't have to do the numbers by hand anymore.
Nice, nice.
Yes, and then we can do the chats. That way we don't have to, you know, blow up each other's phones with text threads. It'll be in the chat. So
300 texts a day.
Exactly. Yes.
I love it, man.
Love to see you, and hopefully we get to talk again soon.
Yeah.
Love you guys. And David GAGA'S, you got it. I'm telling you, you're amazing. Know that you're amazing, and just put your mind to it. And like I said, don't be a little. You got it.
I have a podcast too. I haven't recorded in a minute. I've been on hiatus, but we have about 100 episodes out. Curious Radio, I have a podcast. It's on Spotify and everything, on YouTube and whatnot. What do we got going on? I don't know. Follow my Instagram. It's all there. It's like, you know, you guys need an Airbnb, come to Joshua Tree. I got Airbnbs for you.
Yeah, we didn't even get, maybe there'll be a part 2 to this podcast. We'll do a part 2, but okay. Yeah, well, there's so much going on, but I wanted to get into their side hustles and the Airbnb business, but, you know, we're on a time constraint, so let me close this out with, listen, I hope you enjoyed. I know it's great. This podcast had a lot of energy. I hope you enjoyed it. If anybody felt in any way triggered or offended, please know that don't be... I hope you enjoyed this episode. Listen, we truly love everybody, and we want to inspire as much as we're inspired by you. So, you know, S.W.A.T podcast with Paul Tully, presented by National Core, right? Find your inspiration and follow it. Always. See you next time.
You should never stress about the problems you be facing. Everybody in the mud on the struggle trying to make it. Look into the mirror and you see your motivation. Then you step into the world and you find your inspiration. I'm finding inspiration, and once I get a hold of it, I'll never get complacent. Look into the mirror and you see the motivation. Then you step into the world and you find your inspiration.